Good evening, I'm Harrison Ford.
And I'm Ryan Gosling.
Welcome to the Graham Norton Show.
Everybody, hello and welcome. Did you all have a nice summer? Did you? Yes. I know some people are still on holiday. I mean, they hadn't planned it that way. It's just they had tickets with Ryanair. 18,000 further cancellations announced this week. I mean, the whole thing could cost Ryanair £17 million in compensation. I mean, they're hoping to make that back by selling 2 packets of Pringles in the next flight. Still. The good news is, though, that Ryanair customer services have been very sympathetic to passengers. You know, advising them to use the exits here, here, here. You'll all be aware of the big news, of course. Twitter trialling a plan for a new 280-character limit. 280 characters? Woo! It's more than you get in Game of Thrones. Now, people will now be able to tweet their followers twice as many of their thoughts. Hey, it might keep them busy, so you won't have time to start World War III. Hey? Tensions with North Korea continue. This week, leader Kim Jong-un said Donald Trump was mentally deranged. Hello, kettle. That's like Trump accusing Kim Jong-un of having weird hair. Hey, let's get some guests on. Now, later, we'll have music from pop icons Bananarama. Yes, they're back, Bananarama, and they'll be performing Cruel Summer. But first, this Aussie star went from Neighbours Ramsey Street to the Wolf of Wall Street and is now one of the most in-demand actors in Hollywood. It's Margot Robbie, everybody! Looking at the curtain, I was thinking, is she? She's here. Margot Robbie. This Oscar-winning star and producer has given us hits like Legally Blonde, Walk the Line, and Big Little Lies. It's a very warm welcome back to Reese Witherspoon. Hello, thank you so much for coming to see us. Hello. 2 kisses. Europe. Reese Witherspoon. We've waited 35 years for a sequel to Blade Runner. At last, it is here. Please welcome the stars of Blade Runner 2049, Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford! Hello, sir. Very nice to see you again. Lovely to see you again. All right. That's all right. Yeah, please, have a seat. They seem pleased. With our lineup. Lovely to see you all. Now, Reese and Harrison, do you know each other out of show business land?
A little bit.
I've seen her in the parking lot at school.
At school, yeah.
Picking up and dropping off.
So do you do the school run, Harrison?
My son is now of driving age.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
My daughter can drive too, so she drives her little brother.
It's a different world, isn't it? Here, no one drives to school. No.
Really?
Unless they're a bus driver, they do not drive to school. No.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
And now, Reese Witherspoon, how hot are you right now? The Emmys. How many Emmys did Big Little Lies
Thank
get?
you. We won 8 Emmys, yeah.
Oh, that's, I mean, yes! A round of applause. What a brilliant night it must have been.
I was nervous, though, because there were so many people nominated in our team, and instead of just, I was just worried every single time they'd talk about somebody that they weren't going to win, but then they are going to. I was just nervous. So by the time we won, I went backstage and I burst into tears.
Aww.
I was, nervous.
Now, Ryan, the last time you were here was to celebrate La La Land. And, of course, that went on to all sorts of accolades and wins. But there was... Yes.
I wanted to clap, too.
Now, at the end of the Oscars...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, let me tell you.
Okay.
No, so at the end of the Oscars, when
Yeah.
La La Land didn't win, but had won, so there's a picture of you. This is right when I think you find out that La La Land hasn't won.
Yeah.
What emotion is this?
That was made into so many memes. I remember it was so good.
Well, did you see what the crowd looked like?
Oh, we've got a picture of that. The crowd are amazing. Matt Damon looks like he's swallowed his own teeth. With shock.
I mean, it was like they were watching their childhood homes catch fire.
The Rock, has never,
seems so
the Rock has never cared about anything more. Were you there, you guys?
I wasn't. I was shooting in Atlanta at the time.
Good
I was
excuse.
watching it on TV, though. I had a similar expression to that. Yeah.
Because that must have been a bonkers moment when that all went down.
Well, it was, you know, interesting, but it was, you know, unexpected. But I thought someone had been hurt. You know, the way everyone was talking amongst themselves, it felt like someone had a heart attack or worse, and it felt like someone was in danger. And then I found out that they just read the wrong name.
Now, here's the thing. I would have thought, Harrison Ford, that you wouldn't like these sorts of award bashes, but you would never go. But you do go, don't you?
On the rare occasions I've got anything to do with it,
Yeah.
which is usually presenting an award.
That's an honor.
Is it? then I've won.
Because Margot, she'll blush, she won't tell it, but she is an enormous Harrison Ford fan. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah, I am. This is really weird.
That's why we separated you.
Yeah. It's gonna sit that way.
Well, this is your intervention.
I mean, to be honest, I'm a fan.
Disabuse you of that notion. And you'll help, won't you?
Oh, don't you worry.
I can count on him.
I have to admit something, Harrison. Though Indiana Jones is like one of the most iconic characters ever, my favourite movie that you're in is actually 6 Days, 7 Nights.
Oh.
Very good movie if no one's seen it.
I guess it's still available. I hope so.
I should stay on this
In
side
fact,
of the
I
couch,
have
shouldn't I?
a
I'm getting
bunch.
too excited.
I have a bunch of DVDs in the back of my car. I'll meet you out in the street. Oh, you saw it.
Now, let's start tonight with Harrison and Ryan's movie. It is the much-awaited Blade Runner 2049. It opens on the 5th of October. And, I mean, the expectation, the hopes for this one are high. Ridley Scott's involved, Harrison, you're involved. But presumably, this isn't the first time.
Not just involved. I mean,
You're in it. You're in it. You're on the poster. Yeah. OK, my question is this. So there must have been mentions of a sequel between... It was 1982, wasn't it, when it came out? So between then and now, so why now, why not before?
I guess because Ryan wasn't available.
Well, for many years, he wasn't available.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, not for 30 years. But they were waiting for me to grow up. But they decided to have to go ahead anyway. No, they finally came up with a good with the story. I read it, and I thought it was awesome. I thought it was great. And as I read it, I read about the character that Ryan?
It's Ryan.
Ryan. Came to play, and I said, and with great enthusiasm, I called up the producers and I said, "This is great. I can't wait to get blah blah blah." And what a great part! Why don't we see if we can get
Ryan.
Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
And they said,
Oh my God, that's so
"Oh, I don't know how to...
Gosling?
Gosling. Brian...
Yes. Good. You guys got
Ryan...
that. You got that on tape?
Ryan Gosling. And I said, why don't... This is a great part for Ryan Gosling. And they said, we've been talking to him for months. Now, wait a second. They'd only been talking to me for weeks. So they probably would have gone ahead without me.
No.
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 That's what I said.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Because the fact is, Ryan, of course, that when this movie came out, you were 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So when did you first become aware of this film?
I was about 12, and Harrison likes to say, where was your mother, and why was she letting you watch it at 12?
Wow.
That's another story.
Let's keep this nice, okay? I didn't know what I was getting into, you know. I thought I was just about to watch a regular science fiction film, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's a little more than that.
So you are Deckard again. So who are you, Ryan?
I play. You want to field that one?
I can't tell you anything about it.
Should we watch a clip?
I can tell you anything.
So the questions we were left with at the end of the first Blade Runner,
Yeah.
are they all answered in this film?
No.
Okay. We'll watch a clip. This is, I believe, in the story, Ryan's character is looking for you. He finds you, but he's not alone.
They know you're here.
I came alone.
Now, we saw there some action and things that do take preparation, like fights take preparation. And
They take a lot of preparation.
Yes. Now, Ryan, is it true that Harrison feels...
There we go.
Harrison feels, Ryan, you were underprepared for the one fight.
No.
I know what you're referring. I know what you're referring
Yes.
to. Just say it.
Use your
Graham.
words.
Just suck it around the bush.
Well, he punched you.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right.
Well, he punched you. Yeah, of course I punched him.
But you weren't meant to punch him.
Right?
Oh, I misread the script. He stepped on my foot, for Christ's sake. No, we were doing a scene in lights, in flashing strobe lights. He was walking backward. I was walking forward. The camera was handheld. You have to make the punch look like it's intended.
Yes.
But I hit him. 1 out of 100 times I hit him.
Right.
Yeah.
I should be lucky I didn't get hit more. So this is the theme of this.
I
narrative.
apologize.
It's not just a punch, though. I mean, I think it's like a Harrison Ford punch is a different animal altogether.
It was not a good punch.
I'll be the judge of that. Okay.
I tried to
think
apologize.
most punches-
I went to his dressing room, his palatial motorhome, with a bottle of scotch in hand.
Lovely gesture.
Cracked the top, poured him a drink, gave him a drink. Says, he said, "I'm kind of busy now." And I went back to my trailer with the rest of the bottle. I had the intention to leave it, but my hand hurt. I needed some medicine.
Actually, there's a still. I think this is the actual moment when you punched Ryan for real.
his face. Look at his face.
But is that the face of regret, or is that just kind of, I really hurt my hand?
No, that's the face of, oh, shit, I'm in deep doo-doo.
Now, Harrison Ford, here you are, Blade Runner, but Indiana Jones, is it 5 is coming next? Yes.
yeah. I guess 5, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And that's all, that is definitely happening now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, just asking.
We have a release date. We're working on a script. Well, it'll be great. I'm looking forward to working with Stephen again, revisiting the character. I think that can be a good thing to do.
And I've heard you talk about how Indiana Jones is one of those things where you might as well do it because you cannot escape it. Especially the music is a constant thing in your life.
I did a tribute for John Williams, and they played me on with the theme from Indiana Jones. And I said, I cannot escape this goddamn music. I said, and this is true, I hear it in the elevator. The last time I was lightly sedated and rolled in for a colonoscopy, they were playing it on the speakers.
Reese Witherspoon's new movie is Home Again, which opens tonight. Now, you look at the poster, you think, oh, I get it, it's a rom-com. And it is a rom-com, but in fact, it is different. It's kind of got an edgy twist to it.
Yeah, my character's recently separated. She's a single mom. She's contemplating getting divorced, so she moves back home to her family home, and she starts a relationship with a 26-year-old guy. What's happening? Because guys do it all the time. Why not girls?
Yeah. Yes. And, you know, you're the star of the film, so do you get are you in on the casting of your younger love interest?
Yeah, I thought it was important that I really get to know the actors really well during the casting process. We saw a lot of guys. A lot of them came back for multiple readings. But yeah, I think we got a really great cast.
Well, we've got a clip. This is you with your young admirer. This is the morning after.
Hey, Alice?
Yeah.
Do you have a minute?
Sure.
Could we just maybe exchange phone numbers or...
Harry, I'm very late. Listen, I think you woke up to a completely different person than you met last night, and I appreciate the gesture, I really do, but how old are you, like 30? 29?
Something like that.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, girls, come on, time to get in the car.
Okay. She's so intense.
No, I'm not. Good luck with everything. Maybe I'll see you around.
Hope so.
Come on, ladies.
Did you guys have a sleepover?
What?
How did you meet? Yeah, are you friends with their mom?
Friends with their mom? How old do I look?
I don't know.
And there's kind of there's 3 generations because your mom is in it, played by the great Candice Bergen.
Candy,
Yeah.
Candy Bergen, yeah. There she is.
Up there, in
In her Free Melania sweatshirt. She's rad. She's really cool. I've worked with her twice now. She's got great stories, and she actually went on a date with Donald Trump when she was in college. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Wow.
She tells you this whole long story. Yeah, it's really cool.
Book
not
Candice
cool.
Bergen.
It's a great story.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a really one of those films that is just a pleasure to make because of her and, you know, just...
Yeah, it was really fun. We shot it about 10 minutes from my house, 10 minutes from school. So I could do the drop-off and then just go to work. And then, but it was a great time. Yeah, we made it really fast and for not a lot of money. And it was very much, and it was a great story to actually dig into character-wise.
And now, your real mom, has she seen this film? Because I know she likes to review your work.
Yeah, she's seen this one, yeah.
And good reviews?
She likes it, yeah.
Oh,
She
good.
thought it was really like a feel-good movie. Because she writes me these like funny text messages after she sees movies, and they're really short. And they'll be like the movie, 3 boys, hot. love Mom.
She liked Big Little Lies. You Instagrammed some texts.
Oh, yeah, she liked Big Little... I asked her if she saw Big Little Lies when it first premiered. And
This was her text. Here we go. I saw Little Lies tonight. I liked it. Mom, great. That was a good one. Lots of sex, yes. But now she has reviewed some of the work of some of your cast, your couchmates.
Oh, yeah. She liked La La Land a lot.
Oh.
Like, a lot. She was like, La La Land, singing, dancing, sexy, Ryan.
Love Mom at the end of
She
all
always
of
says
them.
heart Mom. Yeah.
The reviews are in. Heart Mom. Is she a fan of Harrison Ford?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
I mean, might be one of her favorites
Oh.
of all time.
Now see.
Might be.
And we talked about the success of Big Little Lies at the Emmys, and you know that is it's extraordinary. I mean, the producing side of your life is a really major part of your life now. And I didn't realise that went all the way back to Legally Blonde, or well.
Oh, no, I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't produce Legally
Legally
Blonde.
Blonde 2, though. Didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I produced Legally Blonde, too.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Legally Blonde. It took me a few years to get better. It took me a few years to figure out the producing thing.
But it did take a while for, you know, you would think Reese Witherspoon, you know, people would take you seriously, but how many studios and people passed when you were pitching Gone Girl as a movie?
Oh, yeah. I bought the book of Gone Girl when I was in Galleys, and I took it to every studio, and every studio passed, except for one.
They were quite happy, I imagine.
They actually lost it after that. It's kind of a crazy story, because then the book hit #1, and another studio came in and that turned it down and bought it for 5 times the amount of money.
That's good, isn't
Yeah.
it?
I guess it's good. I kind of figured out through that process that nobody reads books. They like it when you kind of explain it to them.
Well, that's good for movie making.
Yeah, it was good for us.
Yeah.
It'll keep us in business.
And it's interesting because, Margot, already you are kind of tapping into that side of the business. You're doing a lot of producing already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, our first feature, I, Tonya, will be out, I think, later this year.
Oh, is that your first one?
Yeah, that's the first one to be released. We've actually filmed 2 now, and we're about to go into... We're in pre-production for our 3rd.
Wow. Are you in them all?
The first 3, yes, but after this, no.
Oh, okay. I was reading about you, and it seems like the business part of your brain was developed quite young. Like, you were a little girl, and you were quite business savvy.
Yeah, I was quite savvy as a kid. I would, like, steal my brother's toys and sell them on the side of the road for, like, an extortionate price. Or I'd make up magic tricks and then make my family pay to come see my magic show and then pay extra if they wanted to know how I did the trick.
That's a really good idea.
All the time.
You would pay extra to find out how they do the
Yeah,
tricks.
well, once you get them in, I mean, they're already there. They already paid their $1. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Ryan, you were also a young entrepreneur, weren't you?
I wouldn't say that, no.
Well, didn't your father... What did he wanted you to sell? Was it cellophane he wanted you to sell?
My parents came upon a truck of cellophane somehow. I was asked not to ask too many questions. I didn't. Suddenly there was a basement filled with cellophane, and they encouraged me to go to school and see if I could sell it to my teachers or put a few in my backpack and try and hawk them at recess, you know? Convince kids that they might be good stocking stuffers for their parents.
What are the uses of cellophane? How did it go?
What do you mean, what's the use of cellophane?
I know the name, but I don't know what you do with it.
You know, you wrap sandwiches in it, it keeps things fresh.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No. It was an important question. You needed to ask it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing a good job of selling it, obviously, but...
Did you sell it?
There's still some left if you're interested.
Well, now I gotta keep things fresh. I want some.
It'd be nice if someone... The dream was someone would just say, I'll take all of it. Never happened. It's a weird story. I don't know.
It is a bit weird now, you tell it. Yes.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Harrison, famously, you worked as a carpenter in your early life, but you studied woodwork with your father, but he wasn't that good.
My dad was in advertising, and he liked to make things, and we were down in the basement working on building a table, and he cut off his finger. And
Why are you laughing? He's laughing.
yeah,
It's like, quite funny when it's told like that.
it wasn't funny at the time. I thought I was 16 years old. I had not much experience with this, but I wrapped my dad's hand up, and I got him upstairs and I called the police, and then I ran downstairs and I picked up the finger and I put it in Kleenex. Oh, and this is a long time ago. So when I got to the emergency ward, I said, here's my dad's finger. And he went. And threw it in the bin, in the trash bin, because that was a while ago, and they didn't really even think about trying to attach.
If only you'd had some cellophane.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who knew? Yeah.
But then, did he just have no finger?
Well, he had no finger here. He cut off about this much of this finger.
Why are you pointing that at me?
I'm not pointing, but he went. But he cut about halfway through this finger as well. But they were able to save that. But my father used to admonish me sometimes, and he would point at me, but he would be pointing at me, but his finger was going like that. So I would always look. Really made him mad.
Reese, very quickly, just going back to Legally Blonde, there was a thing last year, you must remember when it hit the headlines, President Trump, he made the commencement speech.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then it turned out it bore quite a strong resemblance to Elle's graduation speech in Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah. Was it Jimmy Fallon who found this out? I know it was all over the
I
internet.
don't know. It was, maybe it was on Jimmy's show.
If you haven't seen it, it's sort of unbelievable. We'll just show them the thing.
That we take our next steps into the world.
You must go forth into the world.
It is with passion, courage of conviction,
Courage in your convictions.
and strong sense of self.
Be true to yourself.
We did it!
I did it.
Have you not seen that?
No.
I can't believe I've never seen that. I always fall down YouTube rabbit holes, and I missed that completely.
It's true. He is better when he sticks to the script.
Do you know how that happened, or is he just a fan of the film?
I'm sure he's just a big fan.
Very bizarre. Right, let's move on to Margot Robbie's movie. It's a very British film. It's called Goodbye, Christopher Robin. It opens tonight, and it's the real story, and it's a much darker story than you think it's going to be, of A. Milne, the man who created the Winnie the Pooh stories.
Yeah, well, I mean, Winnie the Pooh was always kind of prevalent throughout my childhood, but I'd never wondered its origins or why or when it was written, and it was written right between World War I and World War II, and A. Milne, the author, a very famous author, actually fought in World War I, and it kind of... part of the reason it was so successful, I think, is because it came at a time where the country was feeling... well, the country was very damaged and the world was damaged, and people kind of felt they were robbed of their innocence, probably, and, you know, the books kind of became this safe place for people and became this global phenomenon.
And Double Gleason, he plays A. Milne, and you play Daphne, his wife, and the mother of Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
And she's a piece of work.
She's complicated. Yeah, she's not immediately likable, and maybe she's not even that likable by the end, but she has... I really love her. you know, she had her own trauma. He was dealing with PTSD, though it wasn't really coined that term back then. They didn't really speak about it. And she probably had postnatal depression, and they didn't really talk about that. And there's a lot of, like, stiff upper lip, not sort of talking about your feelings going on.
Yeah.
But they had this child, and he was brilliant, and Will, who plays him, is the most gorgeous kid you've ever seen, and a brilliant actor, and he makes everyone cry when they see it, including myself, and I know what's going to happen in the film, but I still cry. And they love him, but they kind of end up ruining his childhood by him becoming so famous.
Yeah, because that was the thing I didn't understand. Christopher Robin, he became a sort of Shirley Temple, Macaulay Culkin figure. I mean, he's so famous.
That's what they say. He was the Macaulay Culkin of his time.
Yeah.
There was no real distinction between him in real life and him in the books. His name was Christopher Robin. He was drawn, you know, he was photographed everywhere, so... Yeah, it's pretty traumatic for him. So there are some of those sadder bits to it.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of nice, happy moments too.
Well, this is one of the nice, happy moments. This is you entertaining young Christopher Robin with the original bear.
Well, I say, Billy Moon, this is an unexpected pleasure. Have you come to see my woods?
Are they really your woods?
Oh, yes, as far as the eye can see. Well, a bear does feel more at home in the woods amongst wild animals.
Are they really wild animals?
I can't continue this conversation till we've been properly introduced.
I'm Billy Moon, and you're Teddy Bear.
Edward Bear, if you don't mind.
I don't like that name. Mummy will help us think of a new one.
You do know it was me talking, not the bear. I was just playing with you.
Yes, I was just joining in.
It's really sweet. It's really sweet. And,
very good English accent.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a very specific English accent, though.
It is, yeah. That's like a 1930s one, and she's an aristocratic English woman, so it was, yeah, very specific, not just a traditional RP accent.
And I hear you had a mental trick for getting yourself into it.
Yeah, I don't know. When I'm doing accents, I, like, need a phrase to get into it. Like, when I did Wolf of Wall Street, I had a phrase, and when I did this one, so in Wolf of Wall Street, I'd be like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to her. OK, I'm ready to do it now. And then on this one, it was... Oh, I'm so happy. No, I simply couldn't do that. That's not a line in the script or anything, and it doesn't even make sense as a line, but it was like, I don't know, just the thing I'd say, and it helped me.
Now, you're kind of an honorary Brit, because you've spent a lot of time here. How long did you live here for? You've just moved?
I only just moved, begrudgingly moved, because we opened our production office in LA, but I was living here for the last 3 years.
OK. And I don't know why I'd be surprised, because you're Margot Robbie living in London, so of course you did. But you did mix in some highfalutin circles.
Yes. Oh, yes.
No, this picture, I don't know where this picture came from.
Oh, OK, well...
That's obviously you. Is that Sienna Miller?
Yeah, I think so.
And that's a princess. Is it a Beatrice one or a Eugenie one?
I can't tell by the picture. Everyone kind of looks weird. You're picking everyone better than I can.
I think it's one of them. And then tell us who this is.
You know.
I know, but tell us.
It's Prince Harry. I don't normally go to parties where these people are there. That was a one-off.
OK.
That doesn't normally happen. My friends aren't royals.
But anyway, there, of course, is Cara Delevingne.
Cara's a good friend of mine,
yeah,
yes.
And you were in Suicide Squad together.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And in the Suicide Squad, you tattooed your cast members, is this right?
Yes.
Because you're trained,
yes.
you're qualified. Well, no, so these are the tattoos you do?
Yeah, we call them tomojis.
OK. And did you do them all the cast?
No, weirdly enough, no one else wanted them. So just the two of us got the tomojis, but everyone else got squad written on them, and other people just would come by the trailer and get anything, and yeah, so I did all sorts of things.
And so you can still tattoo people?
Yeah, I reckon I've done, probably like getting close to 100 now.
Because...
Little ones, and honestly, I'm probably getting worse as I go along.
Because we have a tattoo gun here.
Oh boy.
So if any of
someone came and put that
if any of your
down by my toes, conveniently enough.
If any of your couchmates want a tattoo,
oh, do you?
To commemorate this lovely evening. You pierced your ear.
What?
You pierced your ear.
Yeah, not myself.
Oh, it'd be so funny, please.
Bless you for thinking it might, but
I'm seeing you actually are prepared.
Oh, yes.
You have this stuff there.
Yeah. No, she can tattoo
This
it.
isn't actually my gun, but I can make do with it for sure.
Are you genuinely thinking about this?
No.
No. Okay. I didn't think you were.
I thought you were.
Not at all. That's acting.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Because Ryan didn't look so shocked because you've already tattooed yourself, haven't you?
Yeah,
How did that go for you?
not great.
What did you do?
It was, you know, it was supposed to be a, you know, like a monster hand dropping a bloody heart, but it looks more like a chicken, you know, making love with a cactus or something. I don't know what happened. Friend had one at his house. I like to doodle. It's a bad combination.
Do you have a tattoo, Reese?
Oh, God, I knew you were going to ask.
Oh, no, do you?
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Where is it?
I went to college in the 90s.
Can we just leave it there? Is it a tramp stamp?
No,
Oh,
God,
okay.
no. Thank God.
Is it a
No.
dolphin?
No.
Is it a... No, we're leaving it.
I'm not getting
we're leaving
into it. I'm not
Well,
getting
listen,
into it.
the thing is, there is someone who works on our team, and they are a big Margot Robbie fan. And when I say they're willing to do this, I mean, they're very keen. He's washed his feet, talced them. So is it difficult to do this Timoji thing?
No, we'll be fine.
Yeah? So Adam, your moment is here. This is happening. Okay, here's Adam. Okay. So sit down beside Margot there. I don't mean to criticise my own production team, but you could have taken your shoes and socks off first. It would have saved a little time. You knew this moment was coming.
I wanted it to be more real.
Okay, here we go.
You don't have to do this if you don't want to.
No, honestly, I kept saying that. He wants to do this.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, if this goes wrong...
I know. There's something I have to say. Now, this is legally. Don't try this at home. Really don't.
I'll sit on this side of you. How about that?
Okay, perfect. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Okay, in your own time.
That will... It's not that easy to do.
No.
No.
Okay, here we go.
I actually haven't done one for a while. I'm probably more nervous than you are, to be honest. Sorry, that's not comforting. I'm not going to say that.
That wasn't very
I
professional.
know, I just thought of that.
I'm so scared.
I was going to say my hands are shaking, but you don't want to hear that. Okay. Sorry.
Does it hurt?
It's a little funny.
Yeah.
Don't worry about your finest work. You do seem happy in your work.
I like
give you
doing
that.
it. I really do. I'm not particularly good, but I like doing it. I'm good at these. I'm good at
Good poker face, Adam. Very good.
Sorry, is that all right?
That's good,
okay,
yeah.
Okay. I can neaten it up like when we're off, like backstage or something.
Great. Turn into that camera there, would you agree? There it is! That's not bad! It's not bad! Okay. Obviously, trained medics are now coming into the studio, but in the meantime, it's time for music. These pop pioneers have sold over 40 million records and are one of the greatest girl bands of all time. Now the original lineup is back, hurrah, performing a Cruel Summer. Please welcome Bananarama!
Hot summer streets and the pavements are burning. I sit around. gone.
Bananarama, everybody! So good. Come on over, ladies. So good to have you back. Here they come. Karen, lovely to see you. Hello, my darling. Lovely to see you, Sarah. Hello. Lovely to see you. Siobhan, lovely to see you. Hello. Come and sit down. I think we'll all fit in. Will we all fit on? I think we'll all fit in. There we go. Bananarama back in the world. Yeah, we'll all squeeze on. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we're good. We won't be here for long. All right. So, Bananarama, honestly, it's a great night for the 80s. Blade Runner back, now Bananarama. It's marvelous. That's the thing, because, you know, obviously Britain really excited that Bananarama are back, but we forget that it's a global thing. I mean, that Cruel Summer, that was a top 10 hit in America, wasn't it?
Yes. It's still remembered fondly. I often hear it in the supermarket.
And it's in Blue Crush, which is...
Oh, yes,
reserving
film. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And I think the first time we thought we'd actually maybe made it was in LA, because we were coming back from breakfast and about to go to the beach on the bus, Santa Monica on the bus. And we saw Mike Tyson sitting on the front of his limo, and he started singing "Cruel Summer" at us. So we just went, well,
with our beach bags.
Yeah. And this is a tour. You're back for a tour.
Yes. We've got Siobhan back in the fold for a tour.
Yeah. We've never actually toured together ever. We went on a world tour just after Siobhan left.
Just
and it was great. But we've never actually done anything together. The tickets sold out because the response was so fantastic. Yeah. So we had to add another 10 dates, which was...
I'm not sure how we're going to manage it, to be honest. We've got 23 dates now between November the 9th and December the 9th, so...
Oh, my God.
OK.
At our age.
It is so great to have Bananarama back in our world. Ladies and gentlemen, Bananarama! OK, that is nearly it. Before we go, let's just make a first visit of the new series, The Big Red Chair. Who's there? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
Justine.
Justine. And what do you do, Justine?
I'm a barrister.
An actual barrister?
Yes.
Like a working one?
Yes.
Like people might see you in courts over the next coming weeks?
Yes.
OK, and so you've chosen to do this. OK. All right, off you go with your story.
My mother's a very conservative Irish lady, and she is naturally protective of me and of my daughters, her grandchildren, and she's always going on about all the weirdos there are in the world that the girls have got to avoid. And one particular day, my eldest daughter, who was then 14, wanted to go to the zoo with a girlfriend of hers, a little friend, but no adults. And, of course, my mother thought this was an appalling idea. How could that possibly happen? There's weirdos everywhere at the zoo. And the 14-year-old, in a sort of attempt to placate Granny, said, well, you know, perhaps the anaconda keeper's a bit weird. To which my mother, not realising what she said, so Grandma just turned around and said, you make sure that if anyone asked you to come and look at his anaconda, you say no.
That's a good story. You can walk. You can walk.
Oh, no, flip me.
Oh, you want to be flipped? OK. There you go. Well done. If you'd like to join us on the show and have a go with the Big Red Chair, you can contact us via our website at this very address. That is it for tonight. Please say a huge thank you to my guests, Bananarama, Margot Robbie, Reese Witherspoon, Ryan Gosling, and Mr. Harrison Ford. Join me next week with rock star Liam Gallagher, legendary stand-up Chris Rock, actor Idris Elba, and Oscar winner Kate Winslet. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Today's biggest artists perform the songs that changed everything. Relive Radio 1's Live Lounge Month. Available now on BBC iPlayer. Here on BBC One, Katie Price, Adol Ray and Greg Davis have a pop next in Room 101.